G'day guys, welcome back to another tutorial. My name's Jack, also known as the Casual Dev, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create a teleport pad system. Now, to be able to do this, you're going to require two parts. One of them is going to be the teleport pad itself, and the other one is going to be the target block. Now, with the system that we're creating, it's going to be really easy to make multiple of these things, so you can have as many as you want in your game. Just don't go too crazy. This isn't a teleport pad to another teleport pad. So in the case of if you do want to make this like for an interior or something like that, you are going to have to create one and drag it over there, and then another one and drag it over there. But we'll go over all of that once we actually get into the scripting part. So first of all, let's create our script. I'm just going to put my script into subscript service, and we're going to just call this teleport pad service. So first things first is we are going to want to get collection servers. I used this in the last video, and I just love using collection servers. It makes everything so much easier, especially when you're trying to work on a system that you want to be able to use multiple times in your game. Now, if you watched the last video, you'll know that to be able to do this, we're going to have to do local teleport pads equals collection service get tagged. So what that means is we're going to have to put what we want to tag. So if you watched the last video, you would have known that we used a like a menu called tag editor. I actually already have the view tab open here. So if you want to be able to use tag editor, simply go to the view tab and then just toggle that on and off there. That's Data Delve. It's a really good plugin. Might make a video on that in the future. So what we want to do is we're going to want to select our teleport pad here. We're going to create a new tag, call this teleport pad, and I regret not copying and pasting it. So I recommend copying it so you can paste it into your script later. Just gonna have to manually write it out now. That's whatever. Well, you still have the part selected. You want to click on the tick here. And then if you go into properties here, you can actually see that this has been tagged with a teleport pad. Now we just want to go into here and type out teleport pad. Next, if you did watch the last video, you already know what we have to do. We have to do a loop so that we can go through all of the pads in the teleport pads array. So we're going to do for underscore, which is the index, but we don't need to use that. Teleport pad. For type, we're going to set this to a part. We won't really need to worry about base part. And then just do. No, in pairs. Sorry. A little tired. Teleport pads do. So now that we have the teleport pad, we're going to want to get the target of our teleport pad, which is going to be, in this example, this little cube here. And how are we going to do this? Now, if we were doing a script per object, we could just hard code it, but that isn't a good method. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to actually have to use a object variable. And it's not going to show here because Roblox Studio is a bit broken right now, and it likes to show the menu on my other screen. So I go insert, not insert part, insert, object. And if you type up object, you're going to get the object value. I'm going to rename this to target because that is what the object value is storing. So now we can just go into here and go local target equals teleport pad dot target dot value, which is this thing here. Now to set the value of our target value of our target value, we're going to select this and it'll give us the little brick menu here. And we can just select this part. I think you can also drag and drop it. I think if you grab this and maybe not anymore. You used to be able to. I don't think you can do it with the new Explorer menu. Or maybe I'm thinking of Godot. I use too many game engines. I need to pick one and stick to it for a while. So now that we have our target in which we want to teleport to, we're going to want to create our touched function. So we're going to do local function on touched, or just on touch. Actually, it's probably easier that way. And then in here, we're going to want to do hit, and we're going to use base part for this. Since I'm pretty sure a character is actually a mesh, which means it's a base part, technically. I ramble a lot. Next, we want to go into our teleport pad dot touch connect, which is we're connecting to the touched event, and we're just going to want to pass through our on touch event. Now, in this script, we're going to want to first check to make sure that the part is a player. So we're going to do if hit dot parent find first child, which is a humanoid. Then we're going to want to do local character equals hit dot parent. So this is a bit of sanity, I believe is what they call it, sanity checking. So we're verifying that what has hit our part is an actual character so that we know we can actually teleport it. And then we are going to want to do character. Sorry. For type, you want to do model as well. They don't have a character type, which I guess makes sense because a character is just a model. But model will get what we need. So now we have to do is model. No, now we just have to do character pivot to. And then we can do target dot C-frame. And voila. So if we hit play, and I give it a second to load, that's Moon Animator. I don't know what's wrong with that. Alright, so now if we touch this part, we get teleported to it. Now this is good and all, but we probably want to add a bit of a debounce to it. Because what if I did want to create a system where there were two? Maybe we want to have another part here. And I don't want it instantly teleporting me. So how do we do that? Well, it's pretty easy. First, we're going to go into here and we're going to set local debounce, which is just going to be our time. I'm going to do 3 seconds. I think that's a smooth enough time for the player to like move out of the location if they need to. And we're actually going to get rid of this and instead do if character get attribute TP underscore debounce. And I need to change this to if not character get attribute TP debounce. So this will make sure that an attribute that we're going to apply to the character, which is called TP debounce, is disabled. And then if it's disabled or if it returns false, then we can continue with the script. So first thing we want to do is we're going to make it true. Character set attribute TP debounce true. And that is our debounce. Now the player cannot activate the teleport again. Then we're going to want to move the character just using the same pivot to. Just target.cframe. And then we're going to want to wait the amount of time for our debounce. So task.wait debounce. And then we can just do character set attribute TP debounce and then set that to false. And that should be our entire script. So when the player touches the part, it will first make sure that it is a player, or if it's a character. If it is a character, it will check it, or make it a variable, and then it will check for a debounce, and if there is no debounce enabled, it'll teleport the character. And if we just play this now, we can teleport to the part. Now, I don't think I set this a target. Okay, no, I did. That's right. It's going to be set to this part again. So that's just going to teleport me back here. Now, if you want to check the debounce, we can actually go to the casual dev here on my character, and you can see here we have an attribute. So if I walk into this, that will be enabled, and I won't be able to walk into it again until this goes away. So let me show you this with multiple teleport spots. I'm just going to quickly pause and set them all up. So I've just set up some basic teleports here. So this could be used here for going like indoors and outdoors. So if you want to have like an interior that's in a separate location, you can make it so when the player steps on this one, it will teleport them to here, and then when they step on this one, it will teleport them back out. And that's the entire point of the debounce. You won't actually need a debounce in most situations if you're just using it as a teleport to, but if it's meant to be a to and from, you are going to want to use the debounce. So we can just go teleport here, give it like 3 seconds, teleport back. And then over here as well, I can just step on this and it'll throw me up here. And that is all done by one script that I can't access because I was in the game. This single script did all of that. That's the video. Yeah, be sure to join Future Dev's Discord server. I'm not good at outros. I'm not really good at intros either. I'm not really good at making